Hello and good day, my friends. This is Isaiah and you are here. Brain's running a little slow today, you gotta forgive me. What are we going to talk about today? I want to talk about the subject of patience. What does it mean to be a patient individual? What does it mean to have and foster patience? We all have those things in our life, and then those things that go on around us that seem to test our patience, that really test the boundaries of our kindness and compassion that we have to others in the world around us and to ourselves. Patience is key. You see, whenever we find ourselves in a situation where we're getting frustrated or we're getting angry, meaning something that we perceive to be outside of us is frustrating us and causing us an imbalance emotionally, then that means that we still live in the material world. And as we know, the material world is an illusion. Everything you see and experience around you is because of you and for you. Your reality that you exist in now is a manifestation of your thoughts and the actions that you've taken to this point in your life. So if something is there and it's testing you, it's there because you put it there. And I realize for many this is a hard concept to understand, but nothing in the world around us is solid. Everything, as I've mentioned before, is in a constant state of vibration and has a measurable energy signature. Now, the molecular structure of the objects around us are like these little tiny microscopic particles that we can see under an electron microscope. And they're moving back and forth. And depending on how fast they're moving, depends on how soft or how hard they feel to the touch. That's why I say everything around us is an illusion, because everything is in a constant state of motion and nothing is fixed or nothing is truly solid. Actually, every object in existence, every person, place, or thing is made up of 99.999, I think to the 9th power, dead space. It isn't solid at all. So whenever we're getting mad or we're getting angry at something or someone or something, we're getting mad at another form of energy. We're allowing something in our environment to cause an imbalance within our own being. Who's in control of your emotional state? You. Who's in control of your mind? You. Whose energy are you responsible for? Yours and yours alone. So why do we allow something that we're putting our eyes on, or we're hearing, or we're touching or feeling, to aggravate us or to cause an imbalance in us emotionally? It doesn't have to. Typically, if something that we're perceiving is causing an emotional imbalance in us, it's because we see something in whatever the subject matter is that we don't like to see in ourselves. It's reflecting back to us our own iniquities in some way. There's an angry little squirrel over here. I'm having a squirrel moment literally on a squirrel. I don't know if you guys can see him there. Hey, little guy. Hey. Am I too close to your nest or something? I don't know if squirrels have nests. But he's like making these sounds. I think he's getting angry. Hey, little guy. Animals are very sensitive to our energy signature and our nature. So whenever you encounter wild animals, it's important to stay calm and respect their space. This little guy, I think, is getting defensive because I keep walking past his little hidey hole there. I will leave you in peace, little buddy. Okay, enough squirreling on the squirrels. No, if something is causing us an imbalance emotionally, It's because we're seeing something in whatever that object is or that thing that's going on. We see a part of ourselves that we don't like in it, and it's on a subconscious level, it's causing us aggravation. We don't like that thing that's causing us to question our own mental iniquities or emotional iniquities. You can exercise peace, focus, and you can learn to be the observer of your thoughts and know that your thoughts are not something that defines you. You'll find peace. You'll find emotional harmony. There's never a reason to get worked up about any type of situation. Now, I will be the first to tell you, this is sometimes much easier said than done. We live in a society where we're conditioned to just kind of react to everything that happens emotionally. We see it happen around us, and we're just taught that that's normal behavior. But instead of just reacting and not questioning what's happening in our mind consciously, what were to happen if something just happened and then we just chose to watch it and attempt to understand what it is that's causing us the imbalance, and ask ourselves, well, why am I perceiving this right now? Why is this here? Why is this a situation that's coming up in my life? What can I learn from this? What can I use from this situation to grow and evolve? It takes practice. It takes time. Best way to get in the habit of doing this is by being mindful of our thoughts, be aware of what comes in, and let it go out as quickly as it comes in. Do not place emotional attachment to your thoughts. Do not allow your thoughts to be the running narrative that concludes your identity and tells you who you are. Don't let the rantings of the automatic processes of the subconscious mind be the voice that's giving you or telling you who you are. Oh, you're just an angry person, so you're going to be more angry than other people. Oh, you're just a lazy person, so you can never achieve XYZ goals. Oh, you just have health problems, so you're always just going to be sick all the time, and there's nothing you can do to get better. Oh, it goes on and on and on. The list, it goes on and on and on. These thoughts, these ideas, these things these notions that we gather from the world around us, from the outside perspective that isn't real in the first place. We're allowing all of that, all of the noise, all of the frequencies and sounds coming from the mouths of people that we encounter in this life. We're allowing all of this external circumstance to come up with and define us in some way. So why not have patience? Why not have an understanding that, you know what, I'm the one that's responsible for how I feel. I'm the one that's responsible for how I'm going to choose to handle this situation. So what's the best, most rational way I can choose to perceive what's happening that will get me through it in the most effective manner possible while maintaining my inner state of peace? When we choose to slow down and be mindful of how fast we're breathing, just control nice breaths in and out. Nice, smooth, calm breathing. Stay focused. When the mind starts to run and tell you what's happening about the situation you're getting upset about, just kind of remember to just stay focused and be like, nope, what's really happening here? See, this will fill in the blanks. It'll always fill in the blanks for you. You'll see something happen and you won't understand why it's happening, but your brain, the subconscious, it's not afraid to tell you why it's happening. And that thing, or whatever it does, or however it tells you, or however it gives you the explanation for why the situation is handling, that's not always accurate, and it's not always correct. A lot of times something will happen because someone else is having some sort of misunderstanding within the realm of their own perception. Like something will pop off and somebody just gets angry at you because they thought you did something that you really didn't do. And they're just like, and they come at you and they attack you and with words and ugly energy. And then you react back because your mind is going, see that person that you thought hated you, see they actually do hate you. So, oh my God, fuck them, blah, 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 blah. And you get into this argument because nobody's being rational and nobody's being level-headed. And the subconscious in each person's mind is just going crazy, filling in the blanks of stuff that's not even going on. When if someone comes at you and they're just like, blah, 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 you can be calm, be focused, listen to what it is they have to say. Your ego will tell you you're the first one that needs to speak, or you're the first one that needs to take action, or you're getting rolled over, you're getting picked on, you're getting pushed around and bullied, you're not going to take that. No, none of that shit matters. None of that is important. Listen to what's happening. Listen to what they have to say. Choose how you want to react to this situation. Choose how much or how little energy you want to pour into resolving it. And then when they're done talking and they've exhausted themselves energetically, then you decide what you're going to say and how you react. Maybe you can be like, I'm sorry if my actions have caused you some sort of discord. What can I do to bring more peace into your life? What can I do to help fix this situation? Or simply apologize, be sorry to have offended you in some way. That wasn't my intentions. Seek to resolve the situation. Seek to bring love and healing into that situation. I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, not always. I'm not trying to delude you into thinking that the world is a completely nice place and we live in a fairy tale where you're going to be able to talk your way out of every situation. But you can decide how you're going to handle every situation from the inside. You can't always determine how everybody else is going to handle themselves or how the world is going to come together. You don't get to decide that. We live in a universe filled with chaos, and we live in a universe filled with people that have their own hearts, minds, souls, and abilities just like you do. And each and every single person has the responsibility to decide how they want to live their life and how they choose to exist. And some people choose to exist as assholes, and there's no getting around it. The only thing that you get to decide is how you choose to react to them, or how you choose to react to the situations they may or may not bring into your life. That's your part. And sometimes, when you come across or you encounter someone with some sort of mental or emotional imbalance, if they see you handle things in a way that we're not taught, in a way that comes off as unorthodox to other beings and existing right now in this dimension, that can sometimes, I've talked about your energy. Energy is contagious. So if you emit goodness, sometimes, just sometimes, the people around you will catch on to that. And it'll force them to question their behaviors and their actions. And they'll want to strive to have a piece of whatever it is that you have inside you, that goodness. They'll want to know how you got it. And they'll want to start to change within themselves. And they themselves will become a good person and pass on that same goodness that you passed on to them. That's how we heal the world, folks. That's how we create change, is by being an example, by loving one another and caring about one another instead of being quick to attack, being quick to assume that we have an enemy hiding around every corner. We've got to exercise more patience. We've got to be more conscious and more responsible with what we do with our heart and our minds. Because what we do with our heart and our minds is what's determining, what's creating the reality around us. And we all share this third dimensional reality for this temporary time and space that we call the here and now. Think about that. What do you need to work on to foster more patience? Start with the small things, the little random inconveniences in life, and work towards developing it for the big things in life. Emotional breakouts inside of a family. Emotional breakouts between you and your significant other. Be mindful of how you're going to handle that situation. Be mindful of what you're going to do. You can stay in control. And it will always, every single time, even if it's in some small degree, make the situation better if you're mindful of what you're doing and you're choosing to behave how you want to behave. And you're being conscious of what you say and put out there, because everything you say and do and speak is energy. And it's energy that you're releasing. Even if you don't say a word, the thoughts that you're having surrounding this given situation is putting off and broadcasting an energy out into the world around you. So be very mindful of everything. Be very mindful of your state of being as a whole, because it could be the very thing that is the turning point in someone's life. Your example could be that very thing that changes the situation for 10,000 other people. You never know. You never know how your actions, you never know how the balance in your life is going to rub off and bring balance into someone else's life. We can manifest a reality we want more effectively if we're conscious of our emotional state and we work towards staying balanced. That's the key. That's the key to it all. Like attracts like. Like energies attract like energies. If you're calm and you're patient and you're peaceful, guess what? You're going to attract more of that type of behavior into your life and less drama. And before you know it, patience becomes second nature. You'll be unwavering. Somebody can hit you with anything, and you'll just smile and you'll genuinely from your heart love that person in spite of their behavior or what they're doing or what they're bringing into your life. I am not perfect. I know this works. I know these things that I discuss on this channel work because of my imperfection. Because typically if I'm explaining something on here, it's because of something I've done wrong myself.